Welcome back, friends. Episode 33. We're gonna talk this EP crap. But we're gonna talk other topics too. EPs is just the subject today. We're gonna shoot from an init patch. This is just to pull up some things, and we'll discuss how atrocious that envelope is. This actually is from the Seinfeld base. Look, you know that episode. Once I do this, EP is gone. However, we're going to discuss sound and synthesis and what it is and blah 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 blah. We'll also discuss that atrocious noise right there that happens when you take the notch down. Now 24 will clean it up, but as you get lower, he cleans it up. So what is synthesis? What is sound? Okay, well, sound, sound is a universal language based on frequency and what we perceive it to be. And what is synthesis? It's the ability to speak sound, and perceive it. Know what we're doing here. That's the Seinfeld base, man. Come on. Everybody knows that show. But we'll shoot from an init patch, and we're going to talk about a lot of different things here. We're going to talk about the filters. We're going to talk about how they mess with sound's spectrum and texture of sound. The waveform. We're going to discuss sine and square and all those good buddies that we use to make these nice little warm patches that we come up with on this synthesizer. Ring modulation, FM. We got to discuss all this type of stuff if we're going to discuss synthesis, because synthesis is a language, and all this stuff needs to be discussed to make this stuff. So we got to put everything together for you, in color right here, and we break this stuff down clear as day. So from the init patch, alright, I'll show you how we get this. First of all, we'll do silent RM. We want all oscillators at 0 volume. Okay, oscillator 1 should be 8 foot sine. Oscillator 2 should be 16 foot sine. There actually is a 6 foot sine, but we have to discuss that in later episodes. That's you could make that with semitones and stuff like that. You can measure out different stuff. It's mathematics. Alright, oscillator 3 should be set to 1 foot. And oscillator 1 and 2's FM source should be oscillator 3, and they both should be at 96. And set that up quick. See, this is why I don't like doing this in init patch crap. I'm just doing it for those who want to see me do it from the beginning. I guess you might have a navigation little bit issue there. This box really isn't that hard to navigate. It's the same every time you turn it on. Nothing switches around. I often tell my son, 4 plus 3 and 3 plus 4 are the same. It's just, inversion. Things just switching around. It's the same result. So, we'll get the filter set up to 8 foot. Because this is the fundamental. You turn that notch on. Holy grail of sound is making a filter self-oscillate, because why? Got FM source that could be anything. I'll tell you this too. It could be any envelope, and LFO 1 through 3, they're all the same. Doesn't make any difference. Now when you use oscillator 1 through 3 and noise, it gets low. You can't even hear it, and that's going to require drive. So dirty signal, if you will, whatever you want to do, it's up to you. However, we'll go back to envelope. So that's the fundamental. Now when you take it down here, RM level LFO1, crank that to about 42. Take LFO1, turn it to square wave, and speed to 0, start phase to 0, and here's what you get. See that? Electric piano done so simply. But it's not really done yet because, see, electric pianos, you know what Rhodes pianos are. They're hammers getting tines, or they're getting struck by hammers, right? Alright, and then electric pianos are the same thing too. If it's not a Fender Rhodes, it's just an electric piano. It's the same thing. They're being struck. Now also note that this tone is organish. See, there's no dynamic. I haven't even said the dynamic. That's another thing you have to understand too with sound. Dynamic control is very important. If you don't know your dynamics, everything is just going to have whatever it's set. You know, there's no release. Look. See, that sounds more piano-ish, but still, I mean, it's not the right type of dynamics. Now, the type of dynamics you're going to want is something like this. This is that same thing I had set up. I just don't want to go through all those steps, twisting knobs and wasting time. Everything here is same. Okay? Now, here goes the filter envelope. It's set to 1 shot. Attack is 0. Decay 96. Sustain 0. Release 69. 96 attack level. Amplitude envelope, ADSR 2. Attack is 0. 84 decay. Sustain 0. 48 release. And attack level is 84. Okay? That's the dynamics for EP. They're like organs, man. But when you put it in series, because that's what you have to do, that's what I did. Zoom in for those who can't see a little bit. Alright. Series. Turn to low pass. Reso's up to 22. Cutoff is at 35. Envelope amounts plus 24. Envelope velocities plus 12. See how simple that is? Now if you take the LFO off, now let's get into some dynamics. Modulation 3. We're going to want to take some velocity to drive. Crank that up to like 36. Velocity again on modulation 4 to F2. Reso 36. Hey, I'm just doing this arbitrarily, please. Don't mind me. We'll get set numbers in here. This is for tutorial purpose. I want you guys to understand this. Things are, I want to say, deliberately done here. Soft. See that? I just turned that clipping on to 20. And when you turn, go back to modulation a bit. Oh, I forgot to put modulation 2 to velocities to M1 amount. I'm screwing around. I'm steering you guys down the wrong path. You know, we went through the woods, midnight, no moon. No moon out at all. We got a lit match. We're running about 40 miles an hour through the woods. I got y'all lost. I'm so sorry. Hold up. Don't hit any trees running that fast in the dark. Now for a Rhodes piano, what do you want? Or electric piano, you probably want some phase. Probably want some pan shifting. Blah, blah, blah. A little bit of modulation. Set that up. It's simple playing. That's what we do. I'm just trying to show you. Take LFO2. Turn it to like 30 hertz or something. That's 3 cycles if you don't know. Speed is 24. LFO3. Turn the speed to 20, it's like 2.5 hertz. 25 hertz, whatever. See how that works? See, that's just exactly how it works. And then you can screw around. So we'll get into this too while we're at it. Now watch what happens when you switch it to square in the middle. Hold on, let me turn that filter off. Look at that, listen to that. Wait, hold up, excuse me. That's crazy. See, that's how it works, man. You gotta just gotta play with it. It goes crazy. Yeah, so you set your dynamics up and you get everything set pretty much how you need it. Ooh. You don't want to do that with comb though. See, there's, oh man, I don't know, I don't want to lose you. I've been going on for too long with this episode. But we're going to talk about more on the next episode. A little bit of demonstration. Shooting from the hip. Pow! We'll talk about stuff like this later on. But I don't want to spoil that. So, I'll catch you. I got to reboot up. Give me some tea on the flip. I love y'all. Peace.